What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am going to be here with you guys for just about an hour, I would say. Just about an hour. Before the stream even technically began, Jai Wilkins, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of this stream. I greatly appreciate that, man. Jai asked, where is R2-D2? Oh, one second.
Respawn CEO went on the Star Wars show and said that Fallen Order is purely single player.
Oh, nice.
No multiplayer or microtransactions.
Oh, badass, Trevor. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. I could only watch a little bit, basically the main celebration panel, the episode 9 panel. Give me one sec, Trevor. Give me one sec. Jai, thank you so much for the first super chat of the stream, man. Jai asked, where is R2-D2? Was he not in the trailer? I guess. Was it not in the trailer? Is R2-D2? What is, he's a robot, right? He's a robot. He's a droid. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure he's in there somewhere, Jai. I wouldn't worry too much. I'm sure the shots that were shown just did not show little R2 there. Yeah. I wouldn't worry too much, Jai. It sounds like you got a little bit of nervousness in your typing fingers there. I would not worry too much, man. But I appreciate that support tonight.
I hope title is about Kylo Ren. Love, Adam Driver.
Sam Austin, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Give me one sec, guys. Let me welcome everybody to the stream before I hop onto these super chats. Welcome one and all. I hope you enjoyed the trailer. I don't believe the thing that everybody's believing right now. I do not believe the Emperor thing. I think that's kind of silly. That's kind of silly. What's up, Knighthood? Knighthood, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. Let me let these super chats catch up. I might actually have to turn the super chat audio off, but yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
Scene with the bright light city, the Gungan with the bright light city, the Gungan.
Kyle McGowan, thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna mute these super chats if that's okay with you guys. Mute the audio. So I'll be able to get to them. Cool? Alright. I actually have to figure out how to do that. Alright, 1 second, guys. Let me figure out how to do this. Bum 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 bum. Appreciate the support. I am trying to figure out how the hell to do this, though. Dashboard.
I'm happy to hear bullshit from Mike Zero Gamers and Gamers anymore. I've rejoiced.
Carter.
Feeling good.
1 second, guys. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out how the alert box. There we go. I found it.
I don't know.
Epic final duel to end the trilogy between Emperor Palpatine versus Emperor Palpatine versus R2D2 to end the saga.
There we go. All right. Apologize for the delay there, guys. I was not anticipating a bunch of super chats coming in. I figure, I'll turn the audio off, and we can shoot the shit. Here we go. All right, Trevor Kelly, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Respawn CEO went on the Star Wars show and said that Fallen Order is purely single player with no multiplayer or microtransactions. More tomorrow. I appreciate you telling me that, man. I only watched the panel and then a little bit of the Alan Tudyk interview on Star Wars show during Celebration on the panel, or the live stream rather. And I missed that, but I appreciate you clarifying that, man. That's the first. I've been a little worried that there was going to be some kind of crazy multiplayer element with microtransactions, and it wouldn't be the single player experience that I've been kind of craving. So I appreciate you telling me that, and everyone that. And Sam Austin, I appreciate that, man. I hope.
Of the fans of the trailer reveal the reaction of the fans of the Star Wars fans.
Well, shit, I thought I fixed it. I just turned off that.
Stephen
Stephen Caldwell.
For the franchise we love.
Stephen Caldwell, thank you so much, man. Give me 1 sec. If you guys send a super chat, I will get to it. I appreciate it. Let me turn this off real quick. How do I do this? It has been so long since I've messed with these settings, man. Sound volume. Sound. Open super chat message settings. Open font settings. Nope. Open alert variations. Nope. How the hell do I turn that off? I'm very confused. Oh, text-to-speech. There we go. Disable. There we go. Guess I should have done that. I did not anticipate the support tonight, guys. I appreciate it. And Sam Austin, I hope title is about Kylo. Love Adam Driver. I'm a big Adam Driver fan too. I think as a villain, Kylo Ren is one of the more. I'm always bummed to not see him on panels. I think it just probably doesn't seem like his thing, right? But as a villain, I think Kylo Ren is one of the more complex villains we've had in the entire Star Wars saga. There's layers to him, Sam, I don't think the title's gonna be about. I don't think the title's gonna be about Kylo. From the trailer, at least, and J.J. Abrams is always the man of secrecy when it comes to these trailers and whatnot, and that's a reason. 1 sec. But I'm not expecting it to be about Kylo, Sam. The term Skywalker, as I said in my video that I uploaded a little bit ago, it's almost like the term Skywalker is more of a term rather than a name in the title, right? Like Skywalker is going to be not a symbol, but a title almost. Does that make sense? I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's going to be a lot more straightforward than that, but it almost... The rise of Skywalker. To me, it's almost like... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. Almost like calling somebody a Sith or a Jedi, almost. Another... I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyway. Knighthood02. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate it. It's good to see you tonight. JJ, let the past die, ? Not on my watch. All right, what are you talking about exactly? The Emperor thing? Do you guys believe that the Emperor's in the movie? Judging... J.J. Abrams, if you know his work, if you know his trailers, if you know the mystery box, if you know how J.J. Abrams has always operated in his film and TV career, he's always pushed for mystery. He's always pushed for secrecy and not revealing too much. So, the idea that he would reveal the Emperor being in Episode 9, to me, it's a little surprising. Do I believe that he's in there? Yeah, it wouldn't put it past him. Do I want him to be in there? To me, it's a little goofy. I've said this about basically every character that's been resurrected in Star Wars, just for a little bit of fan appeasement, you know. If it gets people excited, cool. I think, to me, it's very unimaginative. It's like having a second Death Star in Return of the Jedi. You know, bringing back something that's familiar. I don't know. It won't affect whether or not I like the movie. It's all in the execution, right? That's my thing. It's all in the execution. It's all how it's handled. It's all in that, if that makes sense. But Knighthood, I know you're a big fan of that stuff. Oh, he confirmed that he's in the movie. Interesting. I wonder if it's like a hologram or something. You never know. You never know. I think everybody is kind of probably ramping it up a little bigger than it is in his mind. I can't imagine that it's going to be Palpatine sitting in the Death Star at the controls of some enormous underground army. Or living like a hermit, like Tom Hanks in Castaway. I just can't imagine that's going to be the case. More likely rather, is that it's some kind of hologram, some kind of something like that, you know. But hey, anything's possible. I'm trying to subdue expectations because I think a lot of people will be wanting to see a little bit of Palp finger lightning, and I don't want them to get their super duper Force Unleashed hopes up. You know what I mean? But we shall see. I appreciate that, Knighthood. And Kyle McGowan, I really hope, also Knighthood, you've been in the chat you've been in the Hello Greedo chat for years, and I feel like we disagree quite a bit, but you're always super civil, and I don't know if I've ever told you, but I appreciate how you keep things civil, and you always stick around, and yeah, I appreciate the support tonight, man. And Kyle McGowan, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. Scene with the Bright Light City. The Gungan City, question mark? Is it coming up in the video real quick? Let me see. Did we already pass it? We already passed it. Was it Bright Light City, the Gungan City? I doubt it. You know, when I first saw it, when I first saw the trailer, what initially hit me was I thought it was Canto Bight. I thought it was Canto Bight. It never once crossed my eyes, or crossed my mind that it was going to be the Gungan City. I never once thought that. But I guess you never know if they're bringing Palpatine back. Maybe they're bringing the Gungan City back on Naboo. But yeah, more likely it's probably something new, to tell you the truth. You know, it seems like the sequel trilogy really wants to kind of do some new stuff, hopefully, right? We'll see. But I appreciate the support tonight, guys. I apologize for turning off the audio, but I wasn't able to answer questions quickly. So I will get to your super chat if you super chat, and hopefully I'll give you the answer that you're looking for. But Kyle, I don't think so. I don't think so, Kyle. Hate to burst your bubble if you were really looking forward to that underwater Naboo Gungan City. But yeah. Stephen W. Fathery, man, I appreciate the super chat and channel support as well. I hate the idea of Palpatine coming back and undoing Vader's redemption victory. To me, that was the climax of Star Wars. I've been depressed all day. I feel the same way as you. I wouldn't say that I'm not like bummed out or anything about it. I think there's more to it, Stephen. I wouldn't let it get you down. I think there's more to it. I'm very surprised to see people like super excited. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. People want to see the things that they loved over and over and over and over and over and over again. I think there's more to it, Stephen. I think there's much more to it. Because yeah, Vader's redemption, throwing the Emperor over, it's a beautiful moment in Star Wars. And I more so than that, though, I just, on a movie making level, on a storytelling level, I don't like when franchises, or Star Wars, for example, they bring back Boba Fett, they bring back Darth Maul. We kind of mulch over the same shit sometimes, and not necessarily the film materials, because they've always done a pretty good job in giving new stuff, you know. But no, Steven, chin up, man. Don't let it get you down. I just think it's a little goofy. And I think there's more to it than just Palpatine's back and he's got to shoot lightning. I think there's a lot more to it than that. But we'll see. And Carter Lovejoy, I'm happy I don't get to hear bullshit clickbait news from Mike Zero or Geeks and Gamers anymore. I've rejoiced and I'm feeling good. But, see, I'm only familiar with Mike Zero. I'm not really familiar with Geeks and Gamers, so I can't really comment on that. I've seen, it's been a long time. Wasn't there, which YouTuber was in like a feud with them? Am I even thinking of the right channel? You guys know me. I am a complete dunce. I am a complete, kind of hands-off YouTube guy. I make YouTube videos and I barely watch YouTube and I barely know YouTubers. So, I apologize, Carter. I'm assuming, I don't know. But, did Mike Zero get anything right? I'm sure he guessed a bunch of stuff. You know, not hating on Mike Zero. I just think the practices are silly, you know. But hey, if you're going to make 10 videos a day, if that's your goal, then he is one accomplished son of a bitch. But yeah. Jai Wilkins, thank you so much, man. Epic final duel to end the trilogy between Emperor Palpatine versus R2-D2 to end the saga. You think, Jai, that's why R2 wasn't in there, man? You think R2 is jetpacking around and doing his flamethrowers and shock abilities on Palpatine? What if R2... No, here's how it's going to end, Jai. If Palpatine is truly in flesh and blood in the film, R2-D2 is going to suicide bomb Palpatine. He's just going to roll on in there and then go... Boom! Detonation. But I appreciate that, Jai. I wouldn't worry too much about R2, man. And Stevie Caldwell, thank you so much for the super chat as well. The reaction of the fans at the trailer reveal restored my faith in Star Wars fans. Everyone went crazy for the franchise we love. Yeah, it's always super exciting, Stevie. The trailer, that's why I love how they reveal these films, the trailers and stuff like that. At Celebration, you know, it's an event. It's obviously there to get people super hyped for the movie. The reaction of the crowd, I don't know if it would ever be like subdued, right? Everybody's there indulging in something that they've loved for their entire life, grown up with it, and you know, I can't imagine the feeling, the excitement ever being less than that, you know. Maybe years from now. That's the thing, like, and plus it's a lottery system. Anybody in that room is just going to be super excited to begin with. Dude, I never react to trailers the way you see people react to trailers, right? I never react, like, if I'm sitting there going, whoa, whoa, and like falling out of their seat. Some people, when they do these reaction videos, I've never been like that. I'm usually pretty subdued. But at the beginning of that trailer, when Rey was just standing there, lightsaber comes out, and and then she does the flip, and that scene for whatever reason just hit me, and I went like a nervous laughter, and I just went, fuck yeah. And nobody was in the room with me. My daughter was taking a nap. I had my laptop watching it on my TV. It was so silly. That was pretty awesome, man. It's exciting, Steve. Bradfully 42. What's up, man? Good to see ya. Hey yo, and JJ we Tros. I did you post that earlier? I saw somebody. I don't think I caught the name. If it was you, that's pretty badass. I love it. And JJ we Tros. I don't even know how to say it. The Rise of Skywalker. Should I bring and JJ we Trust back? I don't know. I feel like that was a good thing for 2014, you know, leading into The Force Awakens, 2014, 2015. I don't want to resurrect that. I don't know. I don't have time to resurrect it. I don't have time to make those videos. And I think people would take it differently nowadays. You know, and JJ We Trust was a fun, holy shit, Star Wars is back 2013, 14, 15 campaign. It was an excitement campaign. I think people would take it differently now because people had an issue with the middle act of the trilogy, and people would take it and spin it to think that I had some issue with how that film went and the saga went. You know what I mean? It would be twisted for sure. It would be twisted for sure. But yeah. Super Saiyan, thank you so much, man. What would you like to see from The Mandalorian? Ooh, interesting question there. Let me take a quick sip of water. All right. Super, you said, what would you like to see from The Mandalorian? More so than anything, to tell you the truth, and this is maybe it's like a double negative, I don't know, Super, but more so than anything is stuff that we've never seen before. The things that I want to see are things that I've never seen. You know, does that make at all any sense? I'm hoping, I heard there's a rumor that it's going to be an 8-part season, an 8-episode season. I think that's perfect. I think that's just short and sweet. You know, sometimes shows overstay their welcome. Lost had like 137,000 episodes per season. Ran it into the ground. I want The Mandalorian to be, you know, short and sweet like that. But what else do I want? What do I want from it? I want a Western. I want a gunslinging movie. I want a small scale, small town even film. I don't want consequences and situations that involve the entire galaxy or the fate of the entire galaxy. I want a microscopic look at either a planet or like a city or a town on a planet, you know? And that's really what I want. I want a very finite scale and scope TV show that doesn't involve itself with a lot of the turmoil that's going on in the galaxy. Does that make sense? I don't even want it to involve things that we know whatsoever. I literally want the story of a random ass town in Star Wars. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Anyway, Super, I hope I answered your question, man. I appreciate that. The actor guy, like Caesar in Rome. What do you mean? Let's see. Caesar in Rome. I don't know the reference. Was I talking about something? Sometimes this happens, the actor guy. I'm talking about something. I'll be talking about something, and then somebody will super chat, and I won't get to it until my brain is already scatterbrained. Does that make sense, actor guy? Shit. I wish I could remember what I was saying. Well, shit. Sorry, actor guy. I appreciate the hell out of the support. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat and see if you post anything there. But yeah, like Caesar in Rome. What's up, Clayton? Oh yeah, guys, if you're not a member of the Hello Greedo Discord server, the link is in the description below. I appreciate the shout out, M98. Join that. Swish Fish, not stoked on the trailer, to be honest. Seemed like fan fiction, but if you're excited, stay excited. Don't let my opinion color yours. That goes to everyone. Yeah, I pretty much the same sentiment. Except, well, I'm extremely excited for the trailer. The one thing that I wasn't super like pumped for was the Palpatine thing. And what is the Palpatine thing, right? What is the Emperor thing? Nobody knows. People are saying the Emperor's back. Maybe it's the equivalent of a hologram. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe there's more to this story than just Palpatine's back. But hey, if people saying Palpatine's back, regardless what it is, right? So, I'm curious. Somebody actually, I saw somebody say like they think the laugh is Lando, and I was like, maybe you're trying to. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah, who knows? Who knows how it's gonna play? You know, how it's gonna play. I'm excited to see how it plays. To tell you the truth, the one thing that makes me go what is that J.J. Abrams is the mystery box guy. He never likes to reveal too much in his trailers. He never likes to do anything like that. There's always mystery, and you know. That's what's making me think that it's a very, if it is, you know, it's going to be a very, 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 very subtle reference or something to the Emperor. Maybe Rey, maybe they're walking in the Death Star rubble and they hit a button and a Palpatine message plays. You know, it could be something like that. Who knows? I know Emperor clones was a thing in the EU. That was always super goofy to me. But yeah. Kevin1212, you think Anakin could appear to convert Kylo? You know, that's... I'm going to say no. That kind of stuff always feels more... I don't know how to describe this. That kind of stuff always feels super fan fiction-y to me. Like a fan would come up with that idea, right? And I'm not saying a fan to be derogatory, or I'm not saying a fan to be like, yeah, a fan would, because a fan would know. No. I don't feel like a storyteller would come up with that idea, Kevin. Does that make sense? I don't think a real screenwriter or somebody that's writing a script would come up with that idea. To me, that seems a little convenient. You know, how can we get Kylo to turn Anakin? Okay. Sith, dark side users cannot see Force ghosts. That's one thing. That's I don't. Is that still canon? That used to be canon, right? That used to be canon, right? I don't know. Who knows? No idea. But I don't think that'll be the case, Kevin. I'll never say never, but I kind of hope not. I kind of, you know, I have no complete desire to see anything particular happen, but in my heart of hearts, I kind of want to see Kylo burn. I kind of want to see this son of a bitch just completely go down, no redemption, just a scab on the galaxy, just hell-bent on destruction, doesn't get his way, throws a temper tantrum. I kind of want to see him completely go down with the ship, but that's just me. No redemption. No quarter, no prisoners. There you go. Lewis Collin. My guess is that the trailer is tricking haters into bringing fan service and memes again over... Oh, quote unquote, we're bringing fan service and memes again over... Overall, I think JJ is smarter than that. You know, I don't think that is exactly how they would... I don't think that's exactly how they're phrasing it or thinking of it, Lewis. I don't think once J.J. Abrams or anybody involved in the production has given a flying fuck what anybody thinks. I think they're just out to make an incredibly fun and entertaining movie, and they don't think of the haters, you know? The quote-unquote, I feel weird saying haters, too. I don't think I've ever said haters in my entire life. I'm so lame. But I think more so than that, Lewis, is that potentially a trickery, a bait and switch, or playing something up that is really, really subdued. You know what I mean? When I first saw the trailer, the first thing that I thought, I didn't even think of like Palpatine's back or the Emperor's back. I thought it was just an audio cue for seeing the Death Star. You know what I mean? Just some kind of audio cue. On further viewings, it's after the Death Star. I had it's weird how your memory, even after watching something, right? Eyewitness testimony is shit, right? But yeah. I'm very curious how it's going to play, because as I said earlier, J.J. Abrams is like the king of mystery boxes, as he says, and trickery and secrecy, and I can't imagine them revealing something big in a teaser trailer like that. You know what I mean? We'll see. David Bissick, what's up, man? It looks like Kylo was giving Rey a lift at opening. Yeah, you think? Yeah, I wonder what's going on there, right? To me, that almost looked like. I'm just super curious what that scene is. My buddy texted me, and you know he's cynical, but he said, "What kind of pilot would go full speed ahead against somebody that has a weapon that needs to be used at close range?" And I was like, "Yeah, we don't know what that scene is, so you cynical shit." And the hands that are piloting it, that might, who knows? Who knows? It's a pretty badass scene, though. Maybe Kylo's just seeing red and full steaming ahead. You know how people get when they get super mad. Not thinking right. I don't know. I love that. I love that. I'm so curious, more so than any scene in the entire trailer. I'm more curious. I think, well, I guess the Death Star appearance. The Death Star rubble, but that initial scene, the kinetic energy of it, and just the tension, the buildup of it, I'm very curious how that's going to play inside the film. No fucking idea. As I said, I think I mentioned like maybe it's a training thing, or I don't know, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just, I don't. Who knows? I'm pumped though. God damn, I'm hungry. I've had a banana today. That's all I've eaten. A banana. Ken Scarlett. Greedo, love you, man. I loved your video about the trailer earlier. I haven't really been that hyped up since episode 3 was revealed when I was in high school. Really? That's cool. Ken, so you haven't really been that pumped since the Revenge of the Sith trailer. Interesting. That's really interesting. Well, I appreciate the kind words, Ken. I'm glad you're getting back into the spirit. It's been fun. We've missed you, Kim. But no, that's cool. Revenge of the Sith was my favorite movie-going experience ever. I think it was, you know, Force Awakens was pretty special too. Just because, for completely different reasons. Well, the Revenge of the Sith premiere, I went at midnight. This was before they had. Nowadays, like a midnight review is a 7, or a viewing is like a 7 p.m. viewing, right? Like you can go to a midnight showing that's at set. They call them a midnight. I don't know. Anyway, midnight showing. I went with a couple of my buddies. I dressed up as Greedo. My buddy dressed up as Han. I actually have a picture in the book that I'm releasing, I think, on May the 4th. I think I finalized a date. So cool. There's a picture of me and my buddy. Yeah. Anyway, Ken, I'm glad you're pumped, man. And thank you so much for the support and the kind words. More so than anything, thank you for the kind words. And Mason, will the title make more sense after the release? I think so, Mason. I kind of, you know, after the letting the title marinate a little bit, and I even said this in my video, in my trailer video. Maybe the Skywalker has become a term. Maybe Skywalker has become a mentality. Maybe Skywalker is like calling yourself a Sith or a Jedi. Maybe Skywalker has become a symbol, something to strive for. Does that make sense? Skywalker, the legend, is something that people are trying to strive for or emulate. Does that make sense? More so than the rise of a person, the rise of a movement. Does that make sense? Now, that's just me shooting the shit and speculating and whatever. But obviously, Mason, the title is going to make more sense after the release, right? So yes, to answer your question, yes. But I have my own thoughts on that. I don't know if, you know, I don't know. I don't want to like go too deep into my thoughts with that because I don't want to convince myself that's the case. Does that make sense? Anyway. Soda God 617. Appreciate that support tonight, man. I feel like the planet at the end of the trailer has to be Endor, because they have set pics of the cast on a redwood-looking planet, and then of course there's the destroyed Death Star. Oh, interesting. I don't think I've seen the redwood-looking planet then. Let me take a quick sip. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that photo. That's interesting. It could be Endor, right? I guess that would make sense, especially kind of tying in with the Palpatine laugh, right? I mean, that's the last time that we saw the Emperor. Interesting. But okay, maybe it is on Endor. I can't really, I can't really think of anywhere else it would be other than like Yavin, but or some, like I said in my video, some random planet, Death Star gets blown up, and like a shipwreck, debris floats, and lands where it lands or endlessly floats forever. But yeah, I'd be willing to guess. Well, I don't think it's. Man, I don't know. I don't know Endor. I don't know if it's going to be Endor, to tell you the truth. I just. Maybe. Are they on a quest to find the Death Stars or something in the Death Star that they need to get? Who knows? Who knows? But I think out of all the guesses, Soda, Endor is pretty good. Trevor Kelly, if Lando flies the Falcon, he's reunited with L3. Oh, I never even thought of that. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat, Trevor. That's, yeah, as much as I didn't really care for Solo, it's fun, don't get me wrong. Anyway, one of the neatest things, one of the things that I found really interesting was how L3 became a part of the Falcon. Why I find that interesting is because of C-3PO's line, and you know what, I can't remember. C-3PO, I think it was in Return of the Jedi. No. I'm going to look this quote up. C-3PO, Falcon, communication. You guys probably, people in the chat are probably, let's see. Oh, 3PO says, "Sir, I don't know where your ship learned to communicate, but it has the most peculiar dialect." What was that? What movie was that in? Which movie was that? Was it Empire? Was it Empire? Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't really care for Solo. One of my least favorite Star Wars movies. But I found that kind of like subtle tie-in pretty interesting. 3PO in The Empire Strikes Back saying to Han, "Sir, I don't know where your ship learned to communicate, but it has the most peculiar dialect." Found that tie-in interesting. Anyway, Trevor, I appreciate it, man. And Kawul, thank you, man. I saw a theory that after The Last Jedi and with the rise of Skywalker, Skywalkers could become the new term for Jedi/Force user. Oh, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Yeah. That's what I said in my video that I wrote earlier, too. Not that specifically, but I said, yeah, I see that becoming true. I see that becoming, that makes sense to me. More so than a person rising, whatever that means. But the rise of Skywalker makes complete sense to me as a Skywalker being a term, being a mentality, being a movement, being not necessarily an organization, but a mindset. You know what I mean? Trying to emulate, be like Skywalker. I think that is potentially going to be the case. Who knows? Who knows? It's as good a guess as any, and I find it an interesting guess more so than a person rising. You know what I mean? Whatever kind of metaphorical term that means, but yeah. And Caldwell says, "Oh, especially if Rey starts the New Order, she could be honoring Luke." Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe there's something at the end of the film where there's almost like what X-Men when all of the mutant kids come out and of the woodwork and they start an organization, maybe that'll be like a scene at the end. I doubt it, but I think that will be the case. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't, because it fits so well. It makes the most sense to me looking at the title. Anyway, Stephen Ponziglione. Did I say that correctly? Ponziglione? I appreciate that, man. No Arkin from Star Wars The Old Republic. Could Palpatine be like that? I know he's not canon, but they could borrow. Otherwise, I like Palp as trapped. As trapped ghost or holocron. Holocron to me makes the most sense. No, I'm not familiar. I'm going to look this up, Steven. Arkin. Star Wars The Old Republic. I am not familiar, I don't think. I've played through that game, but I played through it when it first came out, and I barely have. Arkin was a Force-sensitive male human who was a son of... I'm just going to get to the Immortal Emperor or the Eternal Empire. Was it cool? He was a twin brother. Arkin ruled as emperor for 5 years after his father's death, until the Outlander was rescued from the Carbonite and started a revolt against the Eternal Empire. I'm not familiar with this. No, this doesn't ring a bell. Is this something from the expansions or something like that? I don't know. No, I'm not familiar. But Steven, more so than anything, I think to me the holocron thing makes the most sense. Some kind of hologram, even some kind of message. But yeah, who knows? When I think of like the possibilities that could happen involving the Emperor Palpatine, what would like fans do? I can see people like, oh, Palpatine is controlling everyone's mind. And I'm like, that is a legitimate thing, and I'm kind of worried that that's too simplistic to me. That's too simplistic, you know what I mean? That's some shit like, I don't know, a kid would come up with. The Emperor is cloned and he's controlling everybody's mind from a ship, and he's putting everybody... I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to eat my words because it's probably exactly what's going to fucking happen, right? Gak T4, awesome. I think Palpatine isn't alive, but actually an evil Force spirit attached to the Death Star too. Would that be the first of its kind of in Star Wars? Interesting, if that would be the case. That it could be. I don't know. That could be the case. I think that might be a little too out there for Star Wars films. A lot of the EU and stuff like that. Even Clone Wars kind of goes into a little trippy moments where, if it was in the film, maybe it would be a little too weird. But who knows? Who knows? That could be the case. I'm leaning towards more of either being alive, which the odds of that to me are a little slim, to being a message of some sort or something. I really don't know. Who knows? We're all just speculating, shooting the shit, right? I have no idea. I'm not married to any of these ideas. I have no idea. And Dr. Strangelove, don't you agree that the sequel trilogy has some absolutely gorgeous cinematography and color palettes? Yeah, absolutely. I think The Last Jedi has some of the best visuals in any Star Wars movie. Like you said, the color palettes. I'm not even thinking of obviously the Snoke throne room, but I think even Crate and the way some of those shots were framed, in the projection scene, the play on colors. Yeah, I think even the Holdo maneuver, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was probably one of, if not the best looking Star Wars films. Whether you like it or not, sorry, but I think it's certainly one of the best looking Star Wars films, for sure. But yeah, no question about it. No question about it, Dr. Strangelove. Clayton Fioriti, I have no idea what to expect from this new film, and that's the way it should be. That's why I'm like, why reveal Emperor Palpatine being back? That's why I'm a little hesitant to say he's back, like full flesh form, like some people think he is. I'm hesitant. But that is exactly what these trailers should do, Clayton, right? That is exactly what they should do. Reveal little to nothing, get you excited to see it, tease a little bit of mystery, and that is exactly what this trailer did for me. Exactly what this trailer did for me. But yeah, I appreciate it, Clayton. And Philip Mostick, I didn't believe my ears when I first heard Sidious. Me either. I thought, and the thing is, Philip, my first initial thought was not that Palpatine's back, was not that Sidious, was not that Emperor's back. My first thought was that it was just a visual cue when we saw the Death Star. You know what I mean? Sometimes trailers pull, I don't know, audio or shit from past movies and put them, you know what I mean? Just kind of playing with the audio. And I thought it was like just showing us the Death Star rubble and going, remember what happened with that Death Star. That's how I took it. But I don't think that's true. I think it's going to be a lot more, a lot bigger than that, you know. But who knows? Who knows? But I appreciate it, Philip. I didn't know what to think either. I still don't know what to think. Nobody knows what to think. John Caldill, thank you so much for the super chat as well, man. I was thinking Palpatine. Let me take a sip of water. My throat is sore as fuck. Thank you, Alwyn. Alwyn Ash, I appreciate the kind words. John says, I was thinking Palpatine had his own holocron. And that is what they're looking for. And the Emperor would come back as a recording in his holocron. That makes sense. That's probably, in my opinion, that's kind of where my head went as well. That's kind of where... Yeah. I think that makes the most sense. Do I think that's going to be the case? I hope so, because I think that would be keeping things pretty subdued. A little flashback of the past, a little remembrance of the past, where all of this came from. You know, you gotta. I'm sure they're gonna go explore the rubble of the Death Star, and I guarantee there's gonna be some kind of communication shit in their messages, all sorts of maybe boring paperwork about how they installed the toilets. Who knows? But as they're rummaging through stuff, I'm sure they'll end up going to Palpatine's, the Emperor's throne room. Maybe. And maybe they'll find something. We'll see. But that, John, that's exactly where my brain went to. It kind of something like that. Something like that. But we'll see. And the thing is, like, maybe people are getting their hopes up way too much from this laugh that it's going to be this huge Palpatine thing. I hope everybody keeps their expectations subdued for what they want to see. I truly don't, you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be as crazy as people are thinking. Never know. Sugarfat, thank you so much. Oh shit, guys. I actually have to get going soon. I might have to turn off super chats. If you're super chatted, I will absolutely get to you. But if everybody, I know this is probably weird for me to say, right? But kind of like, oh, actually, let me text my wife. Let me text my wife real quick. It's actually, all right, hold on. Let me see. Let's see. All right, there we go. Nice. All right, don't even have dinner. All right, Sugarfed. I was trying to listen to the stream at work. Right as the trailer was gonna play, my YouTube bugs out. I was pissed. Finally watched it and heard Old Man Palp's laugh. All anger dissipated. Nice, Sugarfed. Nice, man. Yeah, well, I'm glad it worked for you. But oh, one sec. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, I Sugarfed. I almost had an issue today as well. The power company was on my street, literally on my street, and there were 3 giant trucks with baskets. You know what I mean? The power baskets where the guys, the linemen go up and do that. And they trucked in new poles to replace the old poles. And as I was walking my daughter from the park, I saw them messing with this. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, out of all the days, wouldn't it be hilarious if the one day that they wanted to do this was, in the 1 hour that they were going to shut the power off for, was going to be Celebration. This Star Wars dipshit YouTuber who wears a helmet, who happens to be on this street that they're ripping the power lines down on at this one specific time. But luckily it didn't. Luckily it worked out. But Sugarfet, I'm glad it worked out for you. You never know. You never know. You never know. But I was charging my phone. I was preparing just in case that happened. But yeah. And Steven, thank you so much once again, man. OMG Ray Super Backflip overpowered a trade. A trade. Yeah, this is silly. Now at least there's time between films, so you can just go, she trained. Is that all people wanted? I don't know. Cool scene. I love that moment. I'm very curious how it's going to play into it. But actually, it's coming right now on the screen. About to happen. Have we ever had slow-mo in Star Wars? I don't think so. Unless that was just for the trailer. I'm guessing that was just for the trailer. I'd be surprised if they kept slow motion in there. Well, maybe not. Have we? We did have slow motion? Is there... Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. As with the bombing run too, with the and the throne room scene. That's right. And Luke vs. Kylo. Wow. Was that the first instance of slow motion? Was The Last Jedi the first Star Wars movie to have slow motion? Very interesting. I've never even thought about that. I've never even thought about slow motion in Star Wars until I just watched this trailer. Interesting. That's interesting. Never even... Interesting. Chris Mark, would you agree this is probably the best teaser out of all the Disney Star Wars movies? Not sure if it's just initial fresh reaction, but I'm more pumped than I remember being before. Maybe because it's the closing chapter. That definitely could be an issue. Oh, Chris, thank you so much for the extremely generous Super Chat donation tonight, man. I really appreciate that. And it's good to see it as well. I'm going to say... I think I'm more pumped for this one than I was for the trailer of The Last Jedi. I don't necessarily know why, but and I'm kind of the same mindset as you, Chris. Maybe it's just the initial fresh reaction. Maybe I was probably just as excited back then as I was for this. But I think my favorite teaser trailer and the best teaser trailer for me, Chris, was The Force Awakens. That very first teaser trailer where everything was new. We had no fucking idea where this was going. And just seeing those new images for the first time and these characters that we know nothing about. And I think that, to me at least, was the best. My favorite, at least. Not the best, but my favorite. Because of just kind of that unknown, that unknown. But Chris, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Geek Talk Society. I tried not to get ahead of myself in my reaction video, but I lost it and I got right in my feelings, squealing with excitement. How's the family, Coach? Family's good. We put our daughter down a little late. We went out with a couple, my brother, my wife's brother and his wife to a local brewery, and we put my daughter down to bed an hour late, so she was a little fussy, but she was good. But family's great. And no, don't, sometimes these movies, these trailers can hit you in those feeling squeals, and they can make your excitement go squeal, squeal, squeal. So I get it. I'm usually very subdued, Geek Talk. I'm usually very subdued. I like my fandom to be pretty level-headed and leveled out, and I don't really overreact, and I don't really react to begin with. My reaction, for the most part, is usually like, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. But this time around, when I was watching it all by my lonesome on my couch as my daughter took a nap, I laughed. I went, when she did the backflip, because I just thought it was awesome. And I went, fuck yeah, after that entire sequence, because that tension, that build up. So no, let it flow through you, Geek Talk. Let it flow. And Alex Bryson, Ray's backflip over the TIE Fighter is a product of JJ watching the AT-ATs shooting at Luke and saying, yes, we need more anime. You think that's what it is? Anime? I don't know. Dude, Star Wars prequels had a whole bunch of flippy-doos. I think this is just a carryover of the prequel flippy-doos, I think. A lot of people can, like, talked about The Last Jedi, Alex, like it was kind of an anime. I've never watched anime. Maybe like when I was 12, I watched a little bit of Dragon Ball Z with my friend, but I know nothing about it. So I've never actually understood the comparisons. Maybe, I'm sure somebody's made a video about that, right? Last Jedi and anime. Now that I've thought about it, I would love to know the comparisons. I'm definitely going to check out a video if there is one. But yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, anyway, Alex, good point, LOL. Yeah, everybody flipped it. Everybody loves flipping, right? Star Wars, it's Star Wars. Yoda probably did 1,000 flips. That actor guy, like the name Caesar. Oh, okay, oh yeah. Like the name Caesar. It was Julius' name, then became a title of leader afterwards. It went from name to title. Maybe Skywalker will do the same. I think that is a perfect analogy. Perfect analogy. Actor guy. Skywalker will become a title. I firmly, I'm not gonna. I never get married to these ideas before I go see the film, because I usually like to go see the movies with a clear mind and zero predictions and zero expectations in terms of things that I want. But I think, actor guy, that is perfectly on the right track. I think that is straight down the middle, what I think is going to happen. Take that as you will, John Hand. Hello, Greedo. What do you think are the chances of episode 9 being 3 hours long? I feel like it needs to be, if this really is the conclusion. That's long, man. That's long. The only movie that's 3 hours long actually isn't. Let's see, The Right Stuff. How long is The Right Stuff? 3 hours and 13 minutes. Okay. The Right Stuff is 3 hours and 13 minutes, and that is really the only 3 hour plus movie that I can sit and watch and not get antsy. What about Spartacus? Runtime. Okay, Spartacus, 3 hours and 18 minutes as well. Okay, that's another one then. I don't know. I wouldn't want it to be 3 hours long. I kind of want them to keep the 2 hour plus 2.5 2 hour to 2 hour and 2.5 range. I think, maybe this is just me, but the longer a movie goes and longer it breathes and longer it lingers, I kind of like concise and focused stories. The longer it is, unless it's really engaging, I tend to kind of, I don't know. Endgame is going to be 3 hours long? Wow, that's crazy. If it's 3 hours, hey, I hope it's a fun, interesting, engaging, exciting 3 hours. Boy, yeah. I appreciate it, John. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? I don't want it to be, I don't want it to be. I don't care about the length, to tell you the truth. But we'll see. If it's really the conclusion, it needs to be 3 hours long. We'll see. Now I kind of, honestly, John, now that I think about it, I kind of want a long movie. I don't know what I want, John. That's what I'm going to put on my tombstone. He never knew what he wanted. I don't know if I want a 2 hour movie or a 3 hour movie. We'll see. Consistently inconsistent. Skywalker as new term for Force user. Your thoughts? That's, dude. Yeah. Well, I'm finally getting your super chat. You've probably heard this a million times, but I think that is exactly what the case is going to be. I 100% think that is exactly what it's going to be. You know, I could be completely wrong, but I think that is exactly what it's going to be. But I appreciate the support tonight, man. I'm going to have to speed it up because I got to get going. If you super chatted, I will 100% get to yours, okay? If you have not super chatted and you wanted to, save it for another time. I appreciate it. Tidy Wire, thank you so much, man. JJ already confirmed Palpa's back. He's amazed it didn't leak considering Ian was on set. My guess is he's gonna be some spooky cosmic entity. That would be crazy. Is that really true? JJ confirmed? I'm gonna have to look that up. I haven't. All I watched of Celebration was the episode 9 panel and the like 2 minutes of the Alan Tudyk thing. Other than that, I was playing with my daughter and writing a script. You know, a spooky cosmic entity. I don't know why, Tidy Wire. That makes me go, yikes, yikes. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. So somebody said JJ didn't confirm what form he would be in, just that he was in it. Okay. So yeah. So confirming that Palpatine is in the movie doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be like shooting lightning out of his butthole, right? Did Palpatine do that? Didn't Palpatine shoot lightning out of his butthole? I think he did. I believe he did. I think he did. I think he did. But we'll see, Tidy. We'll see. Oh, one sec, guys. All right. It was out of his hands. Oh, out of his hands. Okay. Out of his hands. Dan Esp. You thought it was R2-D2, but it was D-O. Wait, it was I. D-O. Love your vids, man. Those parody skits always make me laugh. What's your opinion if JJ retconned a lot of TLJ because the title kind of leads to that? No, I don't think anything is going to be retconned. I think, no, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. And if things are retconned, you know, a retcon in the middle of a trilogy, is it a retcon? Is it necessarily a retcon, or is it just more information? Like, if for example, is Rey is Skywalker, which I don't think that's going to be the case, but if that's true, then all that means is that Kylo lied to her. You know, is it a retcon? Or is it just a continuation of the story and a twist and turn that happens? I think calling it a retcon would be a little cynical. You know what I mean? If it actually happened. But anyway, Dio was kind of an interesting little droid there, right? Kind of threw me off. I was like, that's kind of a scrappy looking droid. I don't know. It's kind of a scrappy looking droid. But yeah. But I don't think the title alludes to that necessarily, Dan. I think what's been said in the chat so far is almost a title. A Skywalker will be a title, as is Jedi or Sith. You know what I mean? We'll see. Interesting. It's interesting. But I appreciate that super chat tonight, man. JX Editor, Ray jumped over that tie like a kite. Hell yeah. Kite man. Hell yeah, JX. I appreciate it, man. And Just a Kid That Rants. Just a Kid That Rants always does 666 super chats. Every single time. Every single time. They're training to fight Palp. And I think Snoke had a hidden backup plan in case Kylo betrayed him. That backup is a clone of Emperor Palpatine. You know, I said this earlier. That kind of stuff seems super fan fiction-y to me, and a little unimaginative and a little convoluted. But you know, you never know. I might end up eating my words here because it could be 100% the case. J.J. Abrams is usually a pretty simple idea man. He likes, from everything that I've seen him do, it's great, but it's simple. It's not convoluted. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's convoluted, but it might be a little too complex, in my opinion. For Star Wars, even. Star Wars is always usually pretty simple, the films at least. You know, the non-film material, that's where it gets a little trippy here and there. But I don't know. I guess that's not too trippy. Who knows? I just don't... I don't know. Cloning the Emperor... Wasn't there a book, was it, that cloned like hundreds of clones of the Emperor or some shit like that? I don't know. Ken Scarlett. Yeah, I went to the midnight showing of episode 3 with some band buddies, and dude, that sounds exactly like me. And I was in a band. I wasn't in like the school band. I was in like a band. And we thought we sounded like Taking Back Sunday and Coheed and Canberra, but we didn't. And I was still hyped about the new movies, but the trailer, like the episode 3 trailer, had me grinning ear to ear. Have a great night. You too, man. I appreciate that support. You know, yeah, I don't remember the episode 3 trailer. I remember going to see the movie. I wrote actually extensively about it in the book that's coming out on May 4th. You should be able to pre-order it in a couple weeks. We'll see. But yeah, I appreciate that, Ken. Memories. JX Editor, Skywalkers are Chiss pilots. Chiss invasion? No. Chiss in a... Has there ever been a Chiss in a... Was Papanoidia a Chiss in... Let's see. They ever appear in a movie? I'm saying in a movie. I don't know. I'll look that up later. Anyway. No, I don't think any well, I don't... Yeah, never say never. Pantoran? Okay, Pantoran. Okay. Dead Sage. Greedo, what the fuck is going on? Just watched it. I don't know what the fuck is going on either, Dead. I'm just as confused and confused in a good way. That's what a teaser trailer should do, right? Dead Sage. But I appreciate that support tonight, man. It's exciting. I love, man. I just, you know, whenever a trailer comes out that for a movie or a franchise that I'm super excited about, I always just want to see one teaser. I don't need more. I'm perfectly teased. You already got my tickets. Don't show me any more of the movie. And you might say, Greedo, you don't have to watch the trailer. I don't have that level of self-discipline. I wish I did, but I don't. Bradfully42, the Emperor is living in the body of an Ewok, and he's gonna burst out like an alien out of John Hurt's chest. Is that what's gonna happen? Just like blood and guts of an Ewok and fur just matted to the walls as Palpatine rises. I don't think that's gonna be the case, Brad. And the Gaming Geek. Sup. Also, the Evil Force Ghost idea was seen by Darth Bane in the Clone Wars. Have I gotten there? I don't think so. Interesting. Okay. Evil Force Ghost idea. God, that would be... I have no idea even what to expect. To me, that is potentially... that's absolutely a possibility that might happen in this movie. I will never discount any idea that could potentially happen. To me, though, that seems a little far-fetched for what J.J. Abrams would do. Don't know. Usually pretty cut and dry with his stuff. But who knows? You never know. I don't even know how to conceptualize that. I don't even know how that would work. Do you guys remember when I made that parody video where I talked about Force Ghosts fighting in Force Ghost Heaven? Is it coming true? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. What video is that? Harar, I apologize, I'm an idiot, I'm going to butcher your name. Harar Tumasian, maybe. On that title, Redemption for Ben/Kylo. Rey adopted into Skywalker family because she, an orphan, ? Rey and Kylo going the path of Grey Jedi, creating a new order of the Skywalkers. I think the last part of what you said is probably what's gonna happen. I don't think there's redemption for Kylo. This is just me talking. This is me speculating, shooting the shit. I don't think there's redemption for Ben Kylo. I don't think Rey is a Skywalker, but I do think that there is going to be a new order of Skywalkers. Something like that. I think that's kind of a cool concept. I dig that. I don't think Kylo is going to be a part of that, though. I think Kylo is going to crash and burn. I don't think there's a redemption story in this story for him. I like the concept of Rey, an order of the Skywalkers starting. You know, Jedi. I just love that concept. So yeah, I think that's going to be the case for sure. We'll see. We'll see. David Bissick, I think they are going to Death Star to get recording of Vader returning on Palp's... turning on Palp to show Kylo he's got Vader's legacy all backwards. Ooh, David, shit. Shit, David. That's a cool idea. That's something I never thought of. I'm sure that's making the circulate. I'm sure if you're not the first person to think of it, or if you are the first person to think of that, rather, shoot that shit on Twitter and get that rolling. I could see that happening for sure. But at the same time, yeah, maybe I could see that happening. That would be a neat thing to stumble upon, right? And try to show Kylo. That he's got his grandfather all wrong. That's a really interesting concept for sure. I dig that a lot. I like that, David. Maybe I don't think they're going to go out and seek it out potentially, but if they stumble upon it, they would certainly try to show them that, right? Yeah. This song Some Nerd Plays. Oh, I don't have my Now Playing up. Okay, so Some Nerd Plays. I'm posting the guy, okay, that makes this. It's ULAS, ULOS, and this particular song is from the Galactic Delivery. Let me just type this out before the end. There you go. Some Nerd Plays. ULOS before. I usually have Now Playing on my screen. I created this and completely forgot to do the Now Playing thing. Oh, yeah. Anyway, David, rad idea. I dig it. Kind of hope it happens. Andrew Cooper, that used to be a theory, but could Palpatine potentially be Plagueis the whole time, considering his talk in Episode 3 about immortality using the Force to live forever. This trailer adds weight to it. Plagueis the whole time? Maybe, that's almost become like a meme, Andrew, right? Like every so-and-so is Plagueis. Snoke is Plagueis. Mace Windu is Snoke. Mace Windu is Plagueis. Like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of a running joke. But maybe there's some validity to that. I have no idea. But I think more so, maybe the teachings of Plagueis, Palpatine. I don't think Palpatine needs to be Plagueis for him to be, this all-powerful, potentially immortal force. You know what I mean? But I have no idea. The trailer, I can see how the trailer would add weight to it, but a lot of times, Andrew, people see what they want to see, and things, subtle things that might not necessarily reinforce a opinion or a piece of speculation might reinforce a piece of speculation based on what someone wants, the way someone wants to interpret something, right? Just a subtle Emperor laugh can set the imagination ablaze and make people think things are going to happen based off of what they want to happen. Does that make sense? Anyway, Andrew. All right, guys. I have a few super chats to go, and then I have to hop off. I'm fucking starving. I haven't eaten all day. I have literally half a banana. My daughter ate the half. I ate a half. That's all I've had today. And my wife's out there about to eat chicken by herself. UT Engineer. Rise of which Skywalker? Your opinion? I don't think any particular Skywalker, as we've said during the stream. I don't think any particular Skywalker as you know, I think that's going to be as an order of the Skywalkers. It's going to be a title. It's going to be a mentality. It's going to be what somebody strives to become, a Skywalker. Like people call a Jedi or a Sith. People are going to be a Skywalker. I think that is a really cool idea. And I think that, I honestly think that's going to happen. I think there's going to be something like that. You know, we'll see. The Last Jedi. The Rise of the Skywalker. I like it. I like it a lot. Star Wars Fan 247. Kylo with helmet or no helmet? Which one do you like? I kind of like Kylo with no helmet when he's fighting. It's way more fun to me to watch Kylo Ren fight helmetless. Because, well, he hasn't fought with a helmet on, right? Yeah. I can't even pick. Wait, has he? I wouldn't want him to, because Adam Driver has so much expression in his face. He is exhausted. His hair is swinging. He puts so much emotion into his combat on his face. I like Kylo Ren without his helmet. Because of Adam Driver's performance. More so than anything. That's really it. So, that's really it, for sure. JX Editor, name new Jedi after popular members marketing 101. There you go. Internally in the film, what are we gonna, we have to rebrand this Jedi thing, guys. The Jedi they fucked up everything in the past. They let Palpatine rise, create the Empire, kill off all the Jedi. They really messed up things. We need to rebrand this. Let's kind of Skywalkers. Let's do it. I like it. I like it. All right. UT Engineer, stormtroopers use condoms. They ceramic white? What? Stormtroopers use condoms. They ceramic white. Do they? Stormtroopers are... What if all stormtroopers were castrated? I don't think that's the case. Joseph Reynolds, Rey's final blow on Kylo in the final fight scene in The Force Awakens when Rey strikes him and he falls back in the snow and she looks down on him in slow motion was the first. Oh, was that the first? Holy shit. It's been an hour since I've talked about slow motion? Oh, 21 minutes. Interesting. Was that the first? I'm going to have to watch that scene again. I don't remember that being in slow motion. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I don't remember. So, okay. If that's the case, then every sequel film has used a little bit of slow motion. JX Editor, only thing he knew he wanted, this on his grave. There you go. Yeah, a little play on what I said. Darth Breeboy, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Ray is bait. Also, hi. You are why I got obsessed with the Unaltered Trilogy, Despecialized Editions for life. Well, that's cool, man. I appreciate that. You know, dude, it's interesting that you say that. A lot of people I hear from, and I think particularly of the younger generation, the people that are growing up right now, or that have grown up and now have a voice, and that's why you see a lot of prequel love nowadays, right? Because the people my age who were shitting all over them for decades, for 2 decades, now they've grown up, they have a voice, and they're telling all us assholes to fuck off. And a lot of those people had no idea, I hear from them occasionally, that they had no idea that there were versions of the films older than the ones that they had seen that were different. So it's kind of interesting. The Unaltered Trilogy is great. It's what I grew up with. You know, I still enjoy watching them on Blu-ray with the special editions, but there's always like a little tinge of me going, and I can't help it. I wish I could help it, but there's always that sense of like, damn it, man, why? There's a really great fan project called 4K77. Look it up. It's a labor of love. It's pretty great. But I'm glad I could turn you on to that, Darth. And Nick, the last super chat of the evening before I hop off and have some chicken. Nick, thank you. Nick Villolari, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Awesome trailer. Loved hearing your thoughts on it. Can't wait to see what the wreckage of the Death Star looks like close up, if we get to see it. Well, thank you so much for the kind words, man. I was like very spastic when I was writing that reaction video, and I was worried how it would turn out because I was watching. My daughter had just woken up from a nap. She was getting a little fussy. I was on the ground playing with her as I was trying to type a review. It was complete chaos. And then, as you hear in the background, Nick, as I recorded the audio, because I wrote the script and then I recorded the audio. I did those two things separately. That's how it goes. And as I recorded the audio, she was in her playpen, playing and banging blocks together. And whenever I'm talking on the microphone, she's going blah 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 blah. So I probably recorded for 20 minutes for those 6 minutes of audio, because I would be like, and did you hear the Palpatine? And she would go blah 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 blah. She wants to talk when I talk. It's just hilarious. Anyway, what am I even talking about? Yeah, I'm pretty pumped to see it too. I'm curious. I have been teased. I have been properly teased by this teaser trailer. There's so much packed in, so much mystery. I don't want any other trailer. I'm satisfied. I'm good to go. And Quentin Thedens, thank you so much for the silent support, man. I greatly appreciate that. The last super chat of the evening. Yeah, I don't know if you meant to type a message in there or not. If you wanted to be a silent supporter, I appreciate it all the same. And now it is time for me to hop off and go eat some dinner and crack a bottle of champagne, because this weekend is actually me and my wife's 5-year anniversary weekend. We are going out on the town tomorrow night. My mom and my dad are babysitting overnight tomorrow night. And me and my wife are going to go to a really nice dinner out on the town, have a bunch of beers. This is the first time, literally the first time we've gone out, the two of us, since my daughter was born a year ago. So it is going to feel weird because we're going to go to all of our favorite bars we used to go to and breweries. And I told her all I want, you know, we're going to be out super late, but I want to end the night at a place that has chicken wings, because I'm fucking craving hot chicken wings. But all right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm not going to read the list of super chats like I normally do, because there's way too many for me to go, and I would be here for another 10 minutes, and I got to go eat. But dude, if you supported the channel tonight, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. It is just incredible. It never ceases to amaze me, and I've never grown jaded that I have that this little goofy idea of talking about Star Wars on the internet has grown into what it is, and it never ever ceases to amaze me. And I appreciate you guys being along for the ride, because it makes it fun. That's what it's all about. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for the Jedi Fallen Order panel. I'm super pumped for that. We'll see. All right, guys. Watch the trailer a few more times. It's fun as fuck. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.